You good? Or
Yeah. Yeah, you're fine. I got it. You're live.
welcome to post game show number 4, Quattro. I'm still smiling because even though the Kings lost, and I know you guys don't believe in moral victories, they played well, and the locker room vibe was so much better. Buddy Hield, De'Aaron Fox, Rashawn Holmes, they all understand that this is how they should play. I think we all agree with that. They should play hard every night. We shouldn't reward them for playing hard because that's their jobs. But sometimes, as fans, we don't think about the human aspect of things, what's going on in the person's lives. And I know you guys don't want to hear that. The reality is, we just never know. But tonight, they brought it. The energy was there from the players. I'll say this, the fans went into it the first quarter until a really bad call happened in the first quarter where they just booed the heck out of the refs, and that's the thing that really ignited the crowd tonight. So 101-94 loss. The Nuggets cover the spread. If you guys are gambling people, I was fearful of that because before the game, if you download some apps, a lot of the experts had this game as a lock, and I was like, oh man, they have this game as a lock, like the Nuggets are going to cover 5 points. At the end, they ended up covering the game, but I'll say this, the referees affected the game big time. I don't know if it would have led to a victory, but if I had to bet on it, I think it would have, because in that instance, in that fourth quarter, they were down by 7, would have been down by 6 or 5 if Fox gets that call where he gets wrapped around. Just an awful call. I could not believe that all 3 of those refs missed it. And then another thing that I was telling my guy John from 10th year seniors is, if you implement this rule to review certain calls, why would that not be a challengeable play? All I'm saying is, don't half-ass the rule and then not enforce it when we have big-time calls. That changed the momentum, because after that, they scored 5 straight points. That's a big-time swing. It's a 7-point swing, y'all. So in a game that was that close, that matters, and it's just extremely disappointing. Like, it should not happen. You should not miss those type of plays. And then that Buddy Hield shot, that shot should have counted. And they took away that shot as well. So there's a lot of calls that I can go back and say, oh my gosh, like, they were really bad. But again, shout out to the Nuggets. Great roster, super deep. I had no idea that they had signed Grant from the Thunder. That guy is so athletic, and he just brings that extra element, along with what's his name, Smith, Craig Smith. Like, both of those guys are just evil defensively. Hey, this team is really good, man. The Jazz are really good. The Nuggets are good. The Clippers are good. Those are my top 3 teams in the West right now. Nuggets, Jazz, Clippers are all, and then the one thing that they all have that's similar, defense. They're all very versatile. They have a lot of bodies that they can throw at you, and they kept Buddy in check. But I'll say this, Buddy brought it differently tonight. Luke Walton talked about it after the game. I tried to upload it on my phone. For some reason, IGTV wasn't allowing me to do it. I don't get it. Hopefully E-Man behind cameras doesn't have the same issues that I had, because it wasn't letting me uploading that Luke Walton interview, which was pretty frustrating. I tried it 3 times, but we'll see what happens. We do got the post-game interviews with Rashawn Holmes, Buddy Hield, and De'Aaron Fox. They were all pretty positive. Rashawn Holmes, after the game, if he cares that if he starts or he comes off the bench, he said, I'm grateful for playing basketball. I'll do whatever this team needs me to do. So the professional thing to say from a very good basketball player, I thought he showed so many signs of being another diamond in the rough, a.k.a. Montrezl Harrell. He has that potential. He plays with that ferociousness all game long. A lot of the bigs on this team, they can rebound at times, but they don't, like, they could play good defense, but then not finish the play by getting a defensive rebound. We saw a lot of the plays tonight where Rashawn Holmes will not only play really good defense on Joker, but he would finish the plays. And that's just half the battle playing defense, believe it or not, because as difficult as it is to stop a lot of these great players in our league, you still got to finish off possessions. And Rashawn Holmes did a great job with that with 13 rebounds. He played out of his mind, the best game of his career without a doubt. I mean, this guy was really, really good tonight. 30 minutes, 10 to 14, 13 boards, 24 points. He was great in the pick and roll. He is the dream pick and roll player if he plays this way that both Eman and I have been dreaming about for 2 years. A guy that commands roll gravity, meaning that today the Nuggets allowed the Kings to play. What's up, my brother? No, it's all. He's saying wear the suit. I said, man, I can't be wasting my offense on these losses now. I'm joking, man. So anytime a guy that commands that much roll gravity, it's going to open up so many plays. I wish we had a third person to show you guys a lot of the plays that I was talking about from earlier. And one of my favorite plays, both Eman and I's favorite plays, is Spain pick and roll, where it's an original pick and roll, but there's a third guy that comes and sets a back pick on the original pick. Harrison Barnes did that. We saw it once. I don't know if we saw it any other times, but they need to run that play because it got Harrison Barnes a wide open shot once he back picked what's his name, Joker. He rolled out to the 3-point line. Boom. He missed a shot, but, I mean, he was wide open. Sometimes it's hard to communicate, and for a big man of his magnitude to essentially run back on defense. So if you have a slow guy like that, you can do that so many times. And say they do cheat on Harrison Barnes and they rotate well, then the ball is in De'Aaron Fox's hands, and you know what happens then. So it's kind of like a pick your poison type thing. I would run that play a lot more until they stop it. Make them stop the play. If not, keep running it. So those are a lot of the positives that I saw. Again, Buddy Hield was facilitating today. I don't know if he finished with, what did he finish with? 4 assists. Again, the Steph Curry effect, the fact that he's out there, you have to stay home. You have to stay home, period. And that opens up the lanes for De'Aaron Fox, for the role for Rashawn Holmes, for Harrison Barnes, who, again, I think he's been their best player this season. Obviously not saying much. They are 0-4, but he's been pretty solid. He's giving you big-time buckets when you need them. Not enough because that's not his role. His role isn't to be the number one guy on this team. But whenever he gets his number called, he tends to show up, and he plays solid defense all game long. So Harrison Barnes finished with 12 points, 8 rebounds. That's solid. 32 minutes, great defense, versatile defense. Brings the ball up the court. I don't know what much more can you ask. Those are, again, he has to be that Draymond Green for this Sacramento Kings roster, and I think he's very capable of being that guy. Bielitsa, 4-6 from beyond the arc today. That guy can just flat out shoot from anywhere. He's a threat. Again, Steph Curry effect. You have to stay home because if you don't, then he will hit you with a nice bucket. Ego me, as I like to say. So I'm literally standing right here where this man literally just boom, boom, every single time. Like, this is the area where he just loves. Like, me too. Like, I love this area. We cash buckets, man. We're like Euro brothers. So shout out to my guy, Bielitsa. Trevor Ariza showed up today. First really good game. 3 of 4 from beyond the arc. 3 of 5 from the 9 points, 5 boards, 2 assists, 23 minutes. That's the Trevor Ariza we thought the Kings were getting. They got it tonight. Can he sustain it? It's a whole different question. I don't know if he can, but if he can, that's going to be big time because he brought it on both ends, and that's always a positive. Corey Joseph, 13 minutes, 2 points, 1 assist, 1 rebound. That's what I think he should be playing, honestly. 13 minutes. And you had De'Aaron Fox played 36. Okay, so that's the big difference today. Well, Fox wasn't in foul trouble, and he played well. I mean, De'Aaron Fox, 20 points, 9 assists, is right where we thought he'd be. those stats are going to go up. And as soon as they start winning games, it's all going to be a feel-good story. The Kings, this is how you face adversity. Early on, against tough opponents, like Buddy Hield said after the game, he pretty much said, I don't believe in moral victories, but the fact that we gave up the game in Phoenix, he said it was inexcusable to play the way they did in Utah. But if they can play this way, they're going to win a lot of games. And he's right, because the Denver Nuggets are a really good team. Third quarter, we asked Luke Walton about that. We asked the players about that. They don't have an answer to it. I don't have an answer to it right now. I have to go back, just like Luke Walton said, I have to go back, watch the film, and see what went wrong. Literally, that's going to be the next video. We just going to watch the third quarter. I think he meant that he has the entire he has 12 minutes of it. Whatever.
That's with timeout.
Yeah, so 9 to 10 minutes. We have to see what went wrong, because I felt like they brought the energy right off the bat, but then it kind of leveled out where the Nuggets scored. Next thing you know, you're down by 2. Next thing you know, you're down by 7. You're like, gosh, damn it, what happened? There's an answer to it. We just got to go back and watch it. So much stuff going on throughout a game that it's just impossible to catch it all. But we're definitely going to have a video on that third quarter. If you guys want to chime in and talk about it, we would really appreciate that. Bogdanovic, 90 minutes. I know a lot of you guys, I know I had a comment on Instagram saying, I'd rather have Carmelo Anthony shooting those shots. But I was like, bro, he has 6 assists, 5 rebounds. At the time when he commented that, I was like, Carmelo cannot do that. Carmelo cannot play make. He cannot initiate an offense. So please, just stop with the nonsense. He may over dribble at times, but if you really saw those plays, Corey Joseph waited to the last literally 5 seconds, passed him the ball and said, make some magic, bro. Like, and that's when Bogut literally got in front of his face. He was like, what are you doing? And, he's not the type to get that aggressive. And he ended up, like, giving them a high five, like, oh, it's okay. But contextually speaking, if you're going to blame Bogut for that, let's put some blame on Corey Joseph, because that was all Corey. He dribbled down the shot clock, and then last second, again, that second unit is not in sync, and they have to work on it. Luke Walton said that second unit not destroyed, but outplayed that first unit all training camp, and that's why he's shocked. But again, Luke Walton said it's a priority for this team to have Bogey as a playmaker, and that's how it should be. I want the ball in his hands because he makes very good decisions 8 times out of 10, and I'll take that every single time. So those 2 bad contested shots that he took, contextually speaking, you have to see how and why he took that shot. They ran down the shot clock, and then they gave him the ball with X amount of time. It's just not enough time, man. Like, that's just not a good play. That's on Corey. Let's call it the way it is. So we had a 9-man rotation. That's how it should be, to be completely honest. I don't want 10 guys playing. I want most of these guys getting big-time minutes. Devin was the only starter that played 17, so under 20. And Ariza played 23. Everybody else played 30-plus. I like it, man. Do we have any questions on?
Yeah, we got. Does Harry Giles have room when he comes back?
Harry Giles definitely has room. The Kings can definitely use his playmaking abilities. And trust me when I say the Kings will give him a shot. It's most likely going to be Rashawn Holmes and Harry Giles. And then if Harry Giles doesn't perform, then it's going to be Devin and Holmes. Because I feel like Holmes is going to – it's his spot. I mean, there's no way he just loses it. The fact that he plays so hard, he's a lob threat for guys like De'Aaron Fox. You have to have him out there. And there's not a big on his roster that's as athletic as Rashawn Holmes. And then Belly. You cannot pull out Belly. Belly is what we saw last year. Phenomenal shooter, good playmaker, sneaky athletic in the way that he gets by people. Like, you're like, what the heck? Like, what just happened? Like, this guy just dribble, crossover, boom. Like, it's a real thing. Like, Belly is sneaky with that first step. And it's fundamentals, man. Can't teach that, man. European basketball. What's the next question?
Why wasn't Buddy hitting shots today?
Buddy wasn't hitting shots today because every great shooter has a night where they just play bad. And we talked about it after the game. He said it's just a funk type thing. He's missing shots, but at the same time, some of those shots led to second chance points because they're soft misses. Great shooters have soft misses, and it gives your team a chance to either get a bucket in the paint or kick it out for another shot. It's gonna happen, guys. Like, I don't know what to say. He just missed shots today. On top of those athletic long wing defenders making it tough on him, like, he just missed shots. Just plain and simple. I also want to give a huge shout out to Climb Society Folsom. The grand opening is very soon, guys. Make sure to get your founding memberships today for only $129. I want you guys telling me later, hey Leo, can we still get that deal? No, you can. We're offering it right now. Get it right now, guys. Take advantage. You want to be a part of this society. Trust me. That's going to do it, y'all. No?
No, I have more questions.
Yo, what's more questions?
Battle them off. Will we see Harry Giles play this week? Yes or no?
No. Yes, I don't know. That's tough.
Luke's coaching tonight.
I thought it was better. I saw a lot of good ATOs after timeout plays where I was like, okay, and I pointed two of them out on Twitter. I was like, perfect. Both shots were misses, but they were great shots to get Buddy open. I'm like, that's what you got to do. That's what Dave was so great at last year. Go ahead.
What do you think the energy will be like when Bagley gets back and plays with Holmes?
First of all, those two can't play together. They're essentially the same player. So it's going to be tough unless Bagley develops an outside shot. So I don't see those two playing together.
When should we hit the panic button on the Kings?
Wednesday. If they lose to the Hornets, season's over. Let's call it the way it is.
Do you think Giles' passing is better than Dedmon's?
My passing is better than Dedmon's, but go ahead.
Do you think the Kings need to get to the foul line more?
Say it again.
Do you think the Kings need to get to the foul line more often?
Yes, I believe the Kings should get to the foul line more often, but it doesn't help when the refs are consistently giving them bad calls. Again, so many calls where De'Aaron Fox gets fouled. He's not getting the respect, and again, he has to earn it. So hopefully very soon. That is all, guys. Again, thank you guys so much. Thank our sponsors, Climb Society Folsom. Also, Climb Society SAC will be opening up in late November. Stay tuned for that. What else? Valley Tire Center. If you guys want Kings tickets in section 106, literally right there, y'all got to follow Valley Tire Center and listen to the new podcast. It's a great community podcast showcasing and highlighting a lot of the awesome businesses there. And gotta smile. Trust me, and I promise you guys this right now. You guys will have a big smile. Joker. Look at this. Joker smile. That's right. After the Kings beat the Hornets on Wednesday night. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you on the next one.